Hey guys, it's Jeff from UnleashThePhones.com, and here's a quick video review of the Sony Xperia Tipo. It's a budget phone from Sony in a very decent price range that's quite affordable, and it comes with Android ICS out of the box, which is pretty good. You have a nice front design here. It has a nice cascading little metal thing here with the Xperia branding very proudly in the front. You have no fancy LED strip here like with the Xperia S or the Xperia P or U phones, but you do have a nice notification light on the top that's right there that lights up whenever you're charging the device or whenever you're getting a missed call or SMS or something like that. So that's quite nice. The shape is really nice and small. It's a curved back, so it really fits very nicely in your hand. It feels a lot more expensive than it actually is because the build quality is also pretty good. It is all hard plastics, but it's much better plastic than some other companies use. It is really impressive for the price range in terms of build quality. At the bottom you have your typical Android capacitive keys. You have the back key there, the home key that you can long press to get the list of recent apps right there, and you can just swipe to remove them. And you have the edit key over there, which gives you more options. They're backlit with a white color, which makes them easy to see. At the front, that takes most of your attention away, is the 3.2-inch screen, which is pretty okay for the price range. You don't have that much resolution to work with. You have 320 by 480 pixel resolution, which means you have a pixel density of 180 ppi, which is great for the price segment. Can't really be compared to a lot of stuff released as flagship phones today. The viewing angles are quite okay, as you can see. From the top you might see some color distortion, but it's not too bad at all. It does smudge kind of easily though. You can't actually make out right now, but if I use this a lot, you'll see that it gets a little smudged up. But it's not too bad. It's not much of a fingerprint magnet compared to some other devices today, so it is appreciated. Of course, you have Sony's Timescape UI all over the place. It's integrated really deep. You have deep Facebook integration. You have a whole bunch of nice widgets that you can add in right there. There are some nice widgets. There's also a widget to switch SIM cards if you're using the dual SIM Sony Xperia Tipo, which is what this model is. You have a nice little widget to go through your gallery. There's a music player widget, a whole bunch of stuff available like most Android phones. Of course, you don't have any toggles on the drop down notification bar, so you do have a toggle widget, but you can always install the toggles back up there using an app like Widgetoid or something like that. So it's quite nice. It's a nice UI. Everything does look quite polished and shiny. This all runs on an 800 MHz processor with 512 MB of RAM, which means that you might occasionally see a little bit of lag, but it's not really too bad. You have a little dock here that's customized with Indian apps in this case, depending on where you're buying your Xperia Tipo from. It is a little bit slow to load some apps. For example, if I were to start up the browser and go to, I don't know, our page, it does take a little while to load up everything, and even when you're zooming in and out on the stock ICS browser, it does take a little while. Of course, if you're loading a mobile website like we have, it's pretty okay. Of course, you can always install Chrome because this does run Android ICS out of the box, so it's not really that big of a deal. Apart from that, you have the usual bunch of connectivity options built in. You have 3G, Wi-Fi, you have Bluetooth 2.0. You also have an FM radio built in, which is very nice, and you have the usual music player from Sony. It's not the Walkman music player that you get with Android ICS on the Xperia S, but it's the older Walkman player, which isn't too bad. The loudspeaker is really loud. I'm just going to push play, and yeah, you'll see that the loudspeaker is really loud, which is really useful because you won't be missing any calls anytime soon. So that's quite nice. In terms of media, you have the Sony Xperia Gallery, which is another older version of the Gallery app that looks quite okay. Playing videos back is also quite nice. It might not look that great on a 3.2-inch screen though, but it's okay if you have to. There's no support for Divx or Xperia out of the box, so you will have to download an app from the Google Play Store, but it's not too bad. What is kind of bad though is the camera. It's a 3-megapixel camera. You can see it takes a little while to load up. You don't really have that much options to mess around with. You can take it a maximum resolution of 3 megapixels. Results are pretty okay, nothing that great at all. Unfortunately, in video mode too, all you can do is take a video at VGA resolution, which in today's world isn't that much at all. But again, for a budget device, I guess it's okay. Results are pretty average at best. You can check out our review on unleashthephones.com to see more camera samples on that. Apart from that, call quality is pretty good like most Sony phones, and battery life is pretty decent as well, because you have a 1500 mAh battery on this, and it easily lasts an entire day. So yeah, that's about it. That's the Sony Xperia Tipo. In this case, we have the dual SIM version because well, it's released in a couple countries like Asia, in some countries in Asia, and maybe Latin America. If you see, the normal Xperia Tipo doesn't have this little key right there, and this is the key that you can use to switch between your SIM card 1 and 2. This, from our usage, apparently the battery life on the dual SIM version and single SIM version is actually the same. So yeah, again, you can check out our blog for more details on that. Just to conclude, you have a pretty decent phone. It runs Android ICS out of the box, which is very rare in this price range. There's really great build quality and it fits really well in your hand. Again, the screen is a little small, so basic things like just typing on this will feel a little cramped. Feels much better in landscape mode though, but it is worth noting. Again, it's really good at doing your everyday tasks. It might not be meant for power users at all, but yeah, not too bad at all. Compared to other devices in this price range, you have Android 4.0 ICS, and you have better screen resolution and arguably better battery life and build quality. So yeah guys, that's the Sony Xperia Tipo. If you guys have any questions, do let us know in the comment section below or over on the blog post at unleashthephones.com.